This is enough. This is enough. No one else needs to go through this.
We're learning new information about the deadly elementary school shooting in Texas, including what happened before the gunman got to the school.
Sir, you are out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Please leave this auditorium.
A heated exchange at a news conference on the school shooting today as the incident sparks outrage and another debate about gun control legislation.
Also, a closer look at the push to change Wisconsin's gun laws and why they have hit so many roadblocks.
And school resource officers in the classroom, why Madison's police chief is fighting to get them back into city schools.
You're watching News 3 now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us at 5, everyone. 10-year-old Jose Flores Jr. loved baseball and video games and was big brother to his two siblings.
Uzziah Garcia was learning football plays from his grandfather. And Lexi Rubio had made the All-A honor roll and had just received a Good Citizen Award.
Eva Morales was a teacher of 17 years who was also the mother of an autistic son and loved the outdoors. Today, we're hearing the stories and seeing the faces of the 19 fourth graders described by the school district superintendent as precious individuals and their teachers who were gunned down behind a barricaded door at Robb Elementary School in the southwestern Texas town of Uvalde.
Right now, investigators are trying to uncover a motive for the shooting. They say the 18-year-old gunman had posted on social media before shooting his grandmother and then barged into that fourth grade classroom, barricading himself with an AR-15 assault rifle. Investigators later revealed he had purchased 2 rifles legally and had no criminal or mental health history.
I wanted to take her life. All I can hope is that she's just not a number. Hopefully something gets resolved. That's all we ask. Hopefully something gets resolved.
President Biden will visit Uvalde as soon as this weekend, hoping to bring comfort to the heartbroken. A school resource officer was on the scene in Texas when this shooting happened.
It's something that's been a sore spot in Madison ever since the school board ended its SRO contract 2 summers ago. Our Naomi Coles caught up with the police chief today and has more. Naomi?
Chief John Barnes is a former resource officer, and it's no secret during his tenure that he has differed with the Madison School Board in their decision to remove them. It came up when we talked today. I pointed out that there were resource officers on the scene in Texas, in Parkland, Florida, and plenty of other school shootings. His response: there's no way to quantify how many shootings don't happen because officers are there. But he also went a lot further, challenging how gun laws are being handled in the U.S. right now.
When will thoughts and prayers be not enough? When will my thoughts and prayers go out to insert whatever be so shocking to our conscience that we actually do something? And I look on my Twitter feed, I look on my Instagram feed, and it's my thoughts and prayers, my thoughts and prayers. It's like, you know, wash, rinse, and repeat. We have to move past that. We really do.
Something Barnes wants to see. Experts from both the gun control and gun rights sectors come together in a presidential commission to study what could be done at a federal level with bipartisan support. But more than that, he also challenged the public to rethink how they view a very particular amendment. That's tonight at 6 o'clock.
We will see you at 6, Naomi. Thank you. Here is a look at the state capitol this afternoon. President Biden has ordered all U.S. flags at half-staff today through Saturday in honor of the 21 victims lost in the Texas shooting.
And the deadly shooting has led to both sorrow and outrage across the country. A press conference on the incident today turned into a heated exchange.
Sit down. You're out of line and an embarrassment.
Hey, sit down and don't play this. No, you need to get in. This isn't the place to talk this over.
This is totally predictable when you...
Sir, you're out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Please leave this auditorium. I can't believe you're a sick son of a that would come to a deal like this to make a political issue.
Democratic gubernatorial candidate Beto O'Rourke approached the stage and interrupted Governor Greg Abbott's statements in an effort to confront his political opponent about gun laws. O'Rourke could be heard yelling at Abbott, putting partial blame on Abbott's administration for yesterday's shooting rampage. Abbott remained silent during the confrontation while others on stage shouted at O'Rourke, calling for him to be removed. Security eventually escorted O'Rourke out of the room. And not surprisingly, this has reignited the ongoing debate over gun control legislation.
Democrats on Capitol Hill say they are unrepentant in their demands that now is the time to pass new laws to try to prevent more mass shootings.
We're the only civilized nation on earth that watches our citizens, our children gunned down, and we do nothing to prevent it from happening again. We're cowards if we don't act. Cowards.
I think any weapon is dangerous. Any firearm is potentially dangerous in the hands of a deranged lunatic. At the end of the day, the issue here is not the firearm, it's the lunatic.
Democrats would need 10 Republicans to join them to pass new legislation. They don't have the votes. Republicans say the Senate should be focused on mental health laws. In Madison, some leaders in the Capitol are applying pressure to do something on the issue of gun control.
But if recent history is any indicator, it's going to be an uphill climb. Political reporter Will Keneally has more on where we stand right now. Will?
There's Attorney General Josh Kaul, a Democrat, who today called out Republicans for legislative inaction on certain areas of gun control.
What we lack is legislative will.
Democratic AG Josh Kaul says the groundwork has already been laid for the Republican-controlled legislature to pass gun control. They just haven't done so.
We know what kinds of common sense steps we can be taking in Wisconsin to make our communities safer. Things like keeping guns out of the hands of domestic abusers, universal background checks, prohibiting ghost guns. These are steps that have broad public support.
Those issues were on the table in 2019 when Governor Tony Evers called a special session to take up those bills. But Republican leaders quickly gavelled out that session with no debate. Republicans questioned whether those bills would violate the Second Amendment. So bills like a red flag law, which would allow a judge to temporarily remove a person's gun if they are deemed to be a threat to themselves or someone else, those bills are likely going nowhere soon. But Republicans floated their own legislation in the wake of the Texas shooting. Senator Ron Johnson asked the U.S. Senate to take up his bill today.
Adolescent and adult phases of their lives.
There's nothing partisan about this bill whatsoever. It's just a good idea that could save lives. It was such a good idea that under the previous administration, they set up that clearinghouse.
But Democrats immediately rejected Johnson.
Is there objection?
Reserving the right to object.
Majority Leader.
And Johnson refused to answer questions from CNN today on whether the country should expand background checks.
Including on firearms and all gun sales. Why don't expand background checks? Explain that, Senator.
So reporters asked Attorney General Josh Kaul if he feels confident that the GOP will feel any pressure to pass gun measures this time. Kaul said that, quote, "I'm not confident, but I am hopeful."
Will, thank you. Be the first to know as we learn new information about the Texas shooting. You can follow the latest details at channel3000.com and on our News 3 Now apps. Turning to weather now, let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti out on the weather patio with his umbrella, Gary.
That means it's raining. It's a light rain right now, but we've had some heavier showers move on through. Let's take a look at visible cloud track. The clouds have socked us in. Notice the clearing down to the south around Chicago. That's allowing the atmosphere to destabilize, and they're having some thunderstorms starting to develop around and just to the south and east of Chicago. Some more thunderstorms developing across northern Illinois. So we can't rule out an isolated thunderstorm, but as we zoom into southern Wisconsin, you can see the steadier rain lifting north and east of Madison. Now we're waiting for more showers and isolated thunderstorms to develop. Low temperatures this morning started out in the 40s and lower 50s. These temperatures are about as warm as they've been all day. 59 in Madison, but 66 in Janesville. These temperatures will actually rise a bit as we head into the overnight hours. Look for temperatures to be up in the mid-60s by midnight, then drop back to a low of about 61 by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, look for slightly milder conditions with a high of 72, but we'll see some scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms as well. But we should see nicer weather for the Memorial Day weekend. I'll have more on that in the forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. A second defendant charged in connection with a 2020 shooting that killed 11-year-old Anissa Scott has pleaded guilty. 21-year-old Perion Carrion pleaded guilty today to reckless homicide as a party to a crime and attempted intentional homicide as a party to a crime. Just last week, another defendant, 18-year-old Andre Brown, pleaded guilty to an amended charge, and a third defendant, Jerry Ward, will go to trial in in June for his role in the shooting. Carrion will be sentenced in September. Madison police officers are used to talking about robberies, but this time another kind of thief. Cancer has taken one of the department's own.
Detective Amanda Anala died last week. The 35-year-old battled a form of cancer for about 9 months. Brady Mallory joins us with a look at how the Madison PD is honoring her. Brady?
Well, one of her colleagues says Detective Anala was genuine, loved helping people, and gave it all at her work. Simply put, there was a big heart underneath her badge. She's even immortalized in this mural, which shows how much she was ingrained in her community. She was with the department since 2008 and often praised and awarded for her community engagement work. When she started, she worked as a youth mentor, and she was later promoted to detective in 2019. Sergeant Kimberly Allen says when it came right down to it, people were her passion.
You know, people were suffering or people needed support, and she would be there for them. So it was a rare talent that we lost, and we're going to try for a long time, I'm sure, to replace. But I know we try to carry on her memory, and we'll do our best to fill the void that she left here.
Allen says Nala's co-workers donated 600 hours of leave to her so she could remain on active status, even though she had to miss work to get treatments. She leaves behind a wife and their 2 daughters.
Brady, thank you. Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul announcing a new statewide system that will allow sexual assault survivors to track their kids through the testing process. The system operates on a barcode so that no personal information is stored. It's called Track Kit. The sexual assault survivor is given a barcode at the time of the exam. They can then look up the kit's location to track it through the testing process.
Through this system, we are empowering survivors of sexual assault to learn information about their kits when they choose to learn that information. So Track Kit will provide survivors with transparency.
Previously, a victim would have to talk to the hospital and law enforcement to do a physical check. This will put data instantaneously statewide, and Track Kit gives people the chance to be informed about the submitted process and give them a greater sense of control. Check your pantry and fridge. More items are being recalled in connection to the Jif peanut butter recall. In the latest updates, the FDA says Mary's Harvest, Country Free, Teher, and Garden Cut are voluntarily recalling products as well. The recalled items include fruit snack trays and celery snack cups that contain Jif peanut butter. The recall was initially announced because of a salmonella contamination. You can go to the FDA's website for more information on all of the specific products that are being recalled. Next at 5, another soggy day for southern Wisconsin.
Plus, today marks 2 years since the police killing of George Floyd. How President Biden is working to reform federal law enforcement practices after the break. And later, a northern Wisconsin community is coming together to take on Mother Nature. We'll have details on that coming up at 6.
Positive numbers on Wall Street across the board. The Dow up more than 192 points. The NASDAQ adds 170. The S&P jumps 37. And we'll be right back.
It's time to march into Green Tag savings. Get your John Deere S200 series with 4.9% for 60 months, or John Deere X3s, 5s, and 7s with 1.9% for 48 months.
Power up with Sloan.
How will you mow? Find out today at Sloan's.
Family is just very important.
She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, you know, I'm gonna be there.
KEYTRUDA and chemotherapy, been treated my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, KEYTRUDA and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. KEYTRUDA is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. KEYTRUDA may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous, non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene, KEYTRUDA helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. KEYTRUDA from Merck. Ask your doctor about KEYTRUDA.
Summer's here, and it's time to refresh your space, indoor or out. Get an incredible 25% off Slumberland low prices during our huge memorial sale at Slumberland. Explore our comfortable living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio, and more. Pay no interest for 5 years and get free doorstep shipping. Are you sleeping in pain but dread mattress shopping? Come to Slumberland, where each bed is rated for back support and softness. It takes all the guesswork out of finding your perfect bed.
It's time to march into Green Tag Savings. Get your John Deere Z300 or 500 series with 4.9% for 60 months, or John Deere Z700 0.9% for 36 months.
Power up with Sloan's.
How will you mow? Find out today at Sloan's.
In the wake of the Uvalde tragedy, the big question being asked is, how can we protect our children as mass shootings continue?
Tonight at 6, we speak with several law enforcement agencies about school security and the effectiveness of SROs.
News 3 Now, winner of 18 awards of excellence from the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
We'll continue to strive for excellence every day to bring you the area's best local news coverage. News 3 Now.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
It's been 2 years since the brutal police killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis, and now President Biden is taking executive action to reform federal law enforcement practices. Natalie Brand has more from the White House.
2 years after George Floyd was murdered at the hands of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, President Biden is signing a new executive order on police reform for federal law enforcement. The order includes provisions to establish a national database of officers fired for misconduct, ban the use of chokeholds unless deadly force is authorized, restrict the use of no-knock warrants at the federal level, adopt the use of body cams for arrests and searches, and require new standards for de-escalation and limiting the use of force.
It's an important effort. It is not a victory lap.
Damon Hewitt of the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law says his group provided input to the White House.
The executive order can, and we believe will, set a new floor, a new benchmark, that any further discussions about reform or transformation in policing must at the very least meet these standards.
The president's executive order comes after bipartisan police reform negotiations on Capitol Hill failed to move forward.
It's very, very important. We're not giving up on it.
While state and local police forces are not bound by the mandates in the executive order, the White House says it hopes it will serve as a model for local law enforcement and will include grants to incentivize local forces to adopt similar measures. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Representatives of the Fraternal Order of Police and a Police Chiefs Association are attending today's signing. In a statement, they said components of the president's order could serve as a blueprint for congressional action.
The FDA is outlining missteps that the agency took responding to a contamination issue at a Michigan baby formula plant. The head of the FDA says changes need to be made across the board. Dr. Robert Califf told a House subcommittee part of the FDA's delay in inspecting the plant was because of a COVID outbreak at the Abbott facility. He also described the results of the FDA inspection.
Frankly, the inspection results were shocking. Standing water, cracks in the key equipment that present the potential for bacterial contamination to persist.
The whistleblower complaint alleging safety violations at the plant happened in October, but that person wasn't interviewed until December. Let's get a look now at your certified most accurate weather. Rainy afternoon out there, Gary.
Certainly has been. In fact, we take a look at rain vision, rainfall estimates over the last 24 hours showing around an inch or so of rain in the lighter blue from around Prairie du Chien up toward Viroqua and La Crosse. In between Madison into the western portions of our viewing area, about a ½ inch to an inch of rain, and about a quarter to a ½ inch of rain to the east of Dane County. But those amounts will go up as showers move through, and then additional showers and thunderstorms develop down to the south. Already you can see a couple of thunderstorms over parts of northwestern Illinois, parts of northern Indiana. These are lifting northward, and the Storm Prediction Center does have a slight risk of severe thunderstorms into the Chicago area and parts of northwestern Indiana for the possibility for a couple of isolated tornadoes. That's where the atmosphere is a little bit more unstable. Humidity levels are higher. Around most of southern Wisconsin, temperatures are pretty cool for severe weather. We're in the mid-50s here in Madison, although Janesville's at 66. That's why the marginal risk for an isolated severe thunderstorm gets as far north into our southern counties counties south of Madison. Otherwise, 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for showers tonight and tomorrow. There'll also be a few isolated thunderstorms as well. But we should dry out beginning on Friday and lasting through Sunday, and probably Memorial Day as well. I have a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm on Memorial Day, but it's possible we could stay completely dry, and warm weather is on the way as we head into next week. By Sunday, high temperatures will be in the low 80s. We'll be near 90 degrees for both Memorial Day Monday and for Tuesday, also with higher humidity. High temperature trend over the next 10 days. You can see those temperatures near or below normal the next few days, and then another big jump up with well above normal temperatures as we head through the weekend and into the early to middle part of next week. Then temperatures drop back to around normal toward the end of next week. From Memorial Day itself, we're looking for a high of 76 on Saturday with partly sunny skies. Sunday, we're up to 83. It also will be windy, not windy. And then on Memorial Day, we do have that chance for a shower or thunderstorm. Otherwise, temperatures right now are mainly in the 50s around here, but notice the dew points to our south in the 60s from about the state line southward. So that's where the moisture is. That's where the severe weather threat is going to stay highest, where the atmosphere is a little bit more unstable. But you can see the storm system winding up. There'll probably be a couple of areas of strong thunderstorms that lift northeastward, the jet stream almost from south to north here, but then it flattens out to the west. So once this weather system passes by, the clouds will hold temperatures down to the upper 60s and lower 70s for tomorrow. But then after that, temperatures will start to warm up as we get a little more sunshine. There's the main area of low pressure located near Kansas City, a warm front to our south. And again, south of that front is where temperatures are warmer and it's more humid. We're on the cool side of the storm with temperatures mainly in the 50s and an easterly breeze. For tomorrow, look for some more showers, perhaps an isolated thunderstorm or two. High temperature topping out at 72. On future track, you can see a couple of waves of showers and isolated thunderstorms moving through overnight. Temperatures drop off into the low 60s by morning, low 70s for tomorrow. Then tomorrow night, temperatures drop into the lower 50s. And notice the skies clearing out as we head into Friday with high temperatures near 70. Rainfall amounts, additional rainfall amounts, probably between about 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch unless you get caught underneath a heavier thunderstorm. 7 to 10 day forecast, the big warm up on the way for the Memorial Day weekend, and then temperatures cool off toward the end of next week, but not a lot of rain in there. Even the days we're expecting rain, just a slight chance. As we look at our first warn traffic, of course, rain on the roadways. Beltline moving pretty slowly. This is the view at Todd Drive. You can see traffic pretty heavy in both directions. Westbound delays start around Todd Drive, go back to around John Nolan Drive. Eastbound delays from around Monona Drive back to Verona Road. Travel times right now, between about 25 and 30 minutes on the Beltline either direction between University Avenue and the interstate. I-39 Beltline to Janesville, 25 minutes. US 12 Middleton to Sauk City is a 17-minute commute. Downtown to Sun Prairie will take you 18 minutes. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. It has been another difficult couple days in America due to a mass shooting. Coming up, experts offer some help on how and when to talk to kids about it. That's next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. And air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. Call today for a free inspection.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Get your outdoor projects done right with Menards. With the best selection of AC2 pressure-treated lumber and the inventory to back it up. Now is the time to get that outdoor project you've been meaning to get to done. Best yet, we've made it convenient for you to get in, out, and back to building. Whichever the project, Menards has the AC2 pressure-treated lumber to get it done.
Save big money at Menards.
Save hundreds on top appliances and grills during the Memorial Day sale at Grand Appliance. Shop our unbeatable deals on top brands like GE, including this large capacity top load washer with antimicrobial components for just $6.98. This convection range with air fry for just $9.48. Or step up to a premium GE profile kitchen and get up to $2,000 back. Visit grandappliance.com or your local showroom today. Grand Appliance, the appliance experts.
I'm Alex Lasry, a Democrat running to beat Senator Ron Johnson.
And I'm Lauren Lasry, and this is our daughter Eleanor.
I know Alex will always fight for working families.
To get more money in the pockets of working people and lower costs.
By making paid leave available and healthcare more affordable.
And I'll always be a relentless supporter of a woman's right to choose.
Especially now. Alex is exactly the kind of ally Tammy Baldwin needs in the Senate.
So I approve this message because we have to do better than having Ron Johnson as our senator.
When you drive a Honda, the adventures go on and on. Follow your adventures with the rugged power of Honda. The brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
How do you use your energy? Giving back to your community? Fueling your drive to deliver hope for neighbors in need? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about a brighter future. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
The Stanley Steamer started with one man, a van, and a whole lot of carpet. We've been innovating for a long time. Stanley Steamer now goes beyond carpet. Schedule a cleaning today.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The images and stories from Tuesday's mass shooting at a Texas elementary school are difficult to watch and hear, especially for our kids. But how do parents talk to children about it?
In today's Health Minute, experts offer some tips on the best way to talk to your children in today's Health Minute.
The images are difficult for anyone, but the school shooting in Uvalde, Texas may cause fear and worry in small children who see or hear about it. When talking to them, make them feel safe. Licensed clinical psychologist Marisa Azarat says parents should first assess their own feelings.
Is it anger? Is it despair? Is it a serious anxiety, a severe anxiety? Once you do that, try to find some balance and then address your child.
Azarat says kids of any age can be bothered by what they're seeing. The images can show up in nightmares and night terrors. She recommends monitoring what children see. If they're too young, turn off the TV to guard against those disturbing images. Experts say when they see the same story, they may think the disaster is happening again and again.
You might see regression. Children that were already toilet trained, for example, they are regressing. Children that were sleeping alone in their bedroom, they might regress and not being able to do so. So we need to be patient.
If they're older, you may want to limit their time watching the news or on the internet. Azarat says asking questions and talking to children about their worries and concerns can help them get back on track emotionally.
Talking to them at their level in a concrete way, reassuring them, telling them that mom is here, that dad is here.
Reassure children that adults in schools work hard to keep them safe. She says all children need extra support and love right now. For Health Minute, I'm Jen Sullivan.
And we will have a final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.
Get the best mattress deals in Wisconsin at Ashley. For 72 hours only, save $1,000 on Serta. Save $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable sets. Plus, get $300 in free furniture. Doorbusters up to 60% off. Special financing for 60 months. It's Saturday through Monday with a preview day on Friday.
The best things in life are free.
Just wait until he hears about free installation from Feldco.
Free installation? Are you kidding me? Yeah! Free installation on windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus, no interest for 1 year. That's something to get excited about.
Free installation ends Memorial Day. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Dude, great ride. Right? This Silverado keeps me connected and in control. And this touchscreen is my command center. My command center.
The 2022 Silverado LT. Find new control. Find new roads.
Very well qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
and patience is a virtue. When you know what you want, waiting isn't an option.
New Balance Madison, we got now.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of industry-leading Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Take advantage of exceptional financing offers from your local Cub Cadet dealer today. To find the dealer near you, visit CubCadetDealers.com.
Here's to the guy with the tree in his kitchen who can't talk right now because his elderly neighbor needs help. Here's to the generator in the middle of the street with extension cords running to 4 different houses. Here's to the countless acts of kindness that helped the Midwest recover from one of the worst storms in recorded history. You've given a whole new meaning to the term silver lining. The worst brings out our best.
Ashley's Memorial 72-hour weekend event is the biggest savings of the year. Don't miss doorbusters up to 64% off. Furnish entire rooms for only $14 per month. Special financing for 60 months. It's Saturday through Monday with a preview day on Friday. It's only 72 hours.
Ritz and Oreo have teamed up for an interesting snack collaboration. It is a sweet and salty fusion.
The treat is 1 part cracker and another part cookie joined together by a layer of peanut butter and cookie cream. So far, the company has only produced 1,000 packs of this.
And they're giving them away for free at Oreo.com/Ritz to try it. It's starting at 11 tomorrow morning.
Start
Not sure
emailing.
if that one's going to work. We'll see how it goes. Let's go to Gary. Final check.
We can see rain now lifting northeast of Madison, but there are more showers and thunderstorms to the south that'll be in here later on this evening.
And we'll have more updates 30 minutes on News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.